Hi, I'm Don, and this is my review of the Apeman Trawo, the Apeman A100 action camera. I had previously purchased the model before this one, the Apeman A80, because of its stellar ratings and reviews, and I was certainly not disappointed by it. Video stabilization and overall picture quality were far above average, especially for the price. Yet, after many madcap, wacky, zany, and truly amazing adventures together, I accidentally dropped it on the cement without its protective casing. Sadly, it never quite worked right again. Luckily, the point of buying these inexpensive little action cams is I can destroy an entire fleet of them for the cost of just one of its higher priced competitors. Since the A100 is my replacement for the A80 and is paid for out of my own pocket, I really don't have a problem letting you know if it's garbage or not. So let's check it out and see if I can break another one. Just like the A80, it comes in a pretty easy to open but still durable packaging with a thank you card inside. It's always nice to feel loved. It also offers to trade a gift for a 5-star Amazon review. Well, at least if it's an awful camera, it still can run for political office. The cam's body is lightweight and comes packaged in its waterproof, shockproof housing, attached to an extra quick-release mountain pin. The user manual looks like a pocket version of War and Peace, but upon closer inspection, it just covers a lot of different languages and is pretty simple to skim through and navigate. Included in my box was one medium extension arm and pin, 2 buckle mounts, 1 flat adhesive mount, 1 USB cable, 1 small extension arm and pin, 2 rechargeable batteries, 1 rotating mount, 1 non-waterproof door for the shockproof case, 2 Velcro tethers, 2 buckling tethers, 1 bicycle mount, 1 J-hook buckle, 4 zip ties, 1 wire tether, 2 extra adhesive pads, 1 clip, 1 quick clamp mount, say that 3 times fast, make that 2 small extension arms and pins, 1 lens cloth, and 8 anti-fog inserts. Whew. Some of these items felt sort of random, or tossed in, if you will. So if you buy or bought this Apeman Trawo action cam, I'm curious if you got any variations on your extras. Let me know in the comment section below. Moving on, the camera has a really clear display screen, much improved over the older model, which had to be looked at directly straight on to get any kind of usable view. The menu is easy to navigate with an abundance of options, most of which will go completely unused by me, but hey, it's nice to have options whether I plan to use them or not. For more advanced photographers, there are separate exposure compensation, ISO, and white balance adjustment menus, and for the novice it has automatic settings for all those choices, as well as a simplified scene selection mode to aid in trying to capture your ideal shots. The camera can also send out a Wi-Fi signal to connect to your phone via a downloadable web app. This not only turns a phone or tablet into a remote viewing monitor and controller, but can also be used to transfer files from the camera for easier sharing or uploading to the web. Alright, enough with the appetizers, let's get on to the main course. Picture quality. The 20 megapixel picture camera takes pretty decent still pictures, but I assume most people would probably use this camera primarily for video. Lens angle. The recording field of view can be widened or minimized in the menu depending on your needs, but I find medium looks best for most stuff other than big sweeping landscapes. Video quality. 4K, 2K, 1080, 720. Camera gives a wide variety of resolution options. It's the key reason I enjoyed its predecessor. I shot all this footage on auto mode, which is closest to how I imagine most people would probably be using this action camera. A distinct minus to some, but a certain plus to others, is the camera naturally shoots in a flatter color profile, which looks kind of dull in the raw footage, but later provides more options for color grading during editing. Night footage also looks pretty decent in really low light conditions, with virtually no little pixely fragments floating in the black areas. Good, good. Audio. And this is the sound of my voice inside. And this is the sound of my voice outside. Can you vlog with this camera? Probably. Super slow mo. Unfortunately, the 120 frames per second shooting mode for detailed slow motion is only available in 720p HD, but it still definitely looks decent enough for most users' purposes, especially if you're all wiki in the editing room. Time lapses. Time-lapse mode offers 6 different speeds for varying effects. Electronic image stabilization. Finally, what was one of the unsurpassed features on this model's predecessor was the ultra-impressive bounce reduction of the electronic image stabilization. And on this version is shockingly much improved over what was already certainly satisfactory. It's not exactly a gimbal killer, but you can clearly see much smoother footage from the A100 without gently tiptoeing around like a ballerina. The cons. Not a lot to complain about here, but a few things to consider. The USB cable doesn't come with a wall plug-in adapter, but it's probably one of the corners cut to keep the price down. And if we're being honest, it's not particularly necessary since most people already have a few sitting around from other items like their phones. No real biggie. There's no external microphone jack, which means if you don't like the built-in mic sound, you'll need an entirely separate system for capturing your audio. So learn to love it, I guess. Lastly, the highest frame rate the camera delivers for 4K is 30 frames per second, which looks great and is certainly crisp, but around the time this camera was released, many phones had already begun offering 4K at 60 frames, which makes the Trawo's tech feel mildly behind the times. However, when compared to other similar cameras, the A100 ends up delivering far and away the best performance options in this price range. The pros. I really like the improved screen resolution. The 4K 30 frames per second looks stunning, and the image stabilization was a bit of a showstopper. Unquestionably, a huge leap forward by a camera that was already one or two leaps ahead of its direct competitors already. There's always room for improvement, but without a doubt I'd recommend the Trawo, whatever. Look, the point is, the Apeman A100 is a solid little action camera. Good for both video amateurs and veterans, with a bunch of fun options, and it will only cost you slightly more than a tank of gas. Overall grade, B+. There's always room for improvement. Thanks for watching. I've been Don. You've been an absolutely great viewer, and I hope you continue your greatness by hitting the like button on this review, so if I know I should be doing others like it, and you could maybe please tell me how the heck to pronounce Trawo in the comments below. That'd be like super helpful probably. Anyway, thank you. Bye-bye.